We're live. Changing gears a little bit. We're gonna draw for the next hour. I'm gonna draw my boy Skarbrand. So we did Heinrich Kemmler last time, and it looks like this. Turned out all right. You can see we kind of have our different layers here, but this was really just practice. I haven't digitally drawn in a long time, so we're gonna switch things up and mess with Skarbrand here. So I pulled in some concepts just to kind of keep, aware of what he looks like. Also his back. And right now, we'll go ahead and kind of thinking like he does this like move where he grabs a guy and then he like lifts him up and then like throws him down. So I kind of wanted to draw that. This Heinrich one that I just showed you was really like flat, and I'm thinking, that was a good warm up. But what's up, Leland? But I want to kind of put a little bit more action into these. So we're gonna get ahead and get started. How you doing, Leland? Okay, so we'll kind of shift this pad over a little bit so it's in drawing range. This is good. Alright. Let's see here. What's up just a little bit? It's comfy. Alright. So with this, we'll just go ahead and switch our brush settings to regular. And we'll go ahead and just kind of zoom in a little bit. Okay. Now this, what we want to do first is go ahead and add a new layer. I'm good. You just finished with dinner? Then we're gonna go ahead and just get a kind of a sketch color that we can see, but really just kind of use it as our... Okay, this is good. Probably just drop this a little bit more. Excuse me. All right. And with this, we can even make this a little bit more opaque. Cool, man. All right, so we're doing Skarbrand up here. And what we'll do first of all is we'll go ahead and just pull this cat up into this section. It's a screenshot from the game. We'll just kind of pull him up here for kind of concept. Apply. Pull his back layer in too. And again, we'll just kind of use these. We'll hide these for now. We'll just kind of come back to these. Alright, so Skarbrand, the demon. We're going to start kind of with his bounty. For this, we don't really need... I just know he's big. So... So part of me was thinking, make sure we're on the right layer now. And we'll actually name these layers. We'll just start this... sketch. So, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's gonna kind of look something like this, where like, hold on, let me get into this here. Okay, can make this even lighter. We actually just might make this multiply. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so Skarbrand. Thinking, something like his head's here. Then we do like almost like this is kind of gonna be his back. He's gonna have his hand up like this. He's gonna be picking up somebody like this with his hand. It's gonna be the dude. He's gonna be all scared like this. And then we'll have kind of just kind of getting some rough outlines here. Kind of have him like stretched out like that. Probably bring this hand back like this, and then I'll have his axe. His hand will kind of be over here. Probably have his big old axe over in this area. And we're just kind of right now. We're just kind of Bob Ross in it. Happy mistakes. And this will kind of be the line here This will be his like spine. These giant old lats coming through. But we'll get this rocking. Okay. Here, I already know that I'm kind of sketching this a little big, so what I'll do is I'll kind of just select all of this, and actually, we can just make this pretty nice big here, but we'll move this up. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get his legs good, making sure I'm still on the sketch layer. Why is that not drawing here? Uh-oh. What the? Hold up. Let's do this. Yeah, he's gonna look sick, I think. I think so too, Leland. Just wondering why my... Try something a little bit more... Here we go, here we go. Alright. Just trying to figure out why this was... Okay, weird. That was so weird it wasn't drawing. Okay. Back at it. Okay. Sketch layer, good. Alright, so this is gonna kind of be... This will be... He's got some big old traps here, I know. He's gonna have some big old lats coming out, too. His shoulders. Come on this way. Basically, his body's gonna be kind of turned like this. Like, his back's gonna be facing us. Ultimately, we're gonna have his wings kind of come out from this side, like so. Just want to make sure that this wing's actually thinking about it, that it's not blocking. So, you know, kind of have maybe his wings come out from here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. He's a bodybuilder for sure, bro. Yes, he is, Leland. Let's see now. His arm's gonna be back like this, so it's basically his elbow is gonna be a bit out like this. Probably got some big old forearms too. Like this. Maybe where his hand's at. His axe will probably come out like this a little bit more. So. Let's go ahead and just unhide this. So let's see what he's got. Yeah, I mean, you can even see, like, so he's got a pretty sick mohawk looking thing here. He's got these giant old horns, so just keep like that for now. I'm just kind of keeping the, you know, this really helps kind of gain the perspective of where he's facing. Sorry about that. Okay. And we don't really get into his armor yet. But he's got some hoofs. So let's go ahead and drop this and let's see. Okay, cool. I guess we'll draw on this now. Alright, so let's see here. How is his legs gonna work? Gotta still practice my anatomy a little bit. Hips. Dushy. More like Skarbrand. What's he actually got is... What is this? Never really knew Skarbrand like this. What's he got? I don't know what that is really, but we'll figure it out. I mean, one thing we could do too is we could flip them. Now would be the time to do it. Kind of have them actually like facing. I might do that. This would look sick, but I think maybe even facing him would be mo dope. So yeah, maybe we do that. Okay. Okay. Vertically? Oops. Alright, so let's actually do this. We can always just restart. Happy accidents. Alright. Gotta delete this layer. Delete it. Yep. Start fresh. Okay, so for this one now, layer 6, this will be our sketch layer. Let's make it official. Okay. We'll hide this. Get back into here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start. Okay. Alright, so now if we do this, then we're gonna have basically his head's gonna be here. And then we're gonna do about it. Big old traps over here. So then let's have him. Let's kind of get in the outline here. Part of what we can do too is kind of practice the foreshortening aspect, where like it'll almost look like he's holding the guy to the camera or to in front of us a little bit more. So like, but I don't know. We might get there. We'll see. So here, we're holding this guy up, so it's actually gonna probably come down like that first. Get that elbow. Probably his big old bicep first. Tricep. Elbow here. Forearm. Okay, and then he's gonna be gripping, so this can kind of be his grip here on this cat. Cool. And this guy can just be like I mean, dude's pretty tiny. It's gonna be a little soldier here. Figure this out later. Just, I don't want people to think that's how it's actually gonna turn out. It's funny. Alright. So we'll have this. Let's go ahead and just kind of erase what we're not using, just to not confuse us. We don't really want to erase too much at this point, but we definitely want to erase things that we know we're not going to do. And I know he has horns, like I know about, decently what he looks like, but we'll use that concept art a little bit later on. It's a little bit more important. Right now this is kind of just having fun. This guy's actually pretty sick, dude. He's got like, I don't really appreciated him like this. Got this. He's got like another sick horn coming out this, like a sick horn coming out this way. Got like another sick horn coming out like this. Horns everywhere. What's my favorite strategy game I've played? Total War, for sure. Age of Empires was pretty dope too. The original one back in the day. That was like before I got into Total War. It's actually got this kind of a sick little frohawk here too. So, and this kind of comes like starts like this and it kind of comes up a little bit actually. Then kind of comes down like so. Drop Meat Canyon style. What is that? Meat? Is it just like where he's just super? Does that mean he's just super bulk? I might just take a pause to Google that, bro. That's funny. Straight diesel. Right then here, shoulder, bicep, elbow will be back there. We're gonna get into his forearm. And here, this will kind of be where he's gonna be holding his axe a little bit here. What's up, James? Hey, what's up, God of Warhammer? He's got some big ol' axes here, man. Tell you what. We just getting into drawing Skarbrand. This is kind of the first stage of it. The most difficult. Actually, this isn't the most difficult. Coloring's probably like my weakest point, but this is how Heinrich turned out. I don't know if you got a chance to see this. Check this out. So here's how Heinrich turned out. Not too bad. Not too bad. Um, but this was like my first time drawing in a long, long time. So, you know, we're practicing now. Okay. So let's see here. We won't really get too much into the axes right now, but we know that essentially this is where it's going to be somewhat. And all of this we can really just kind of refine afterward. It's kind of getting some basic lines in. And this dude's just buff, so I mean, he's even bigger. Okay. He's actually kind of got more of like a face like this, and I actually do like having his mouth open. I think that'd look pretty dope, so we'll kind of do that here. Make it a little bit more scary. How you been, though, God at Warhammer? How you been? Okay. Make this a little bit smaller here. Oops. So I'm on the wrong layer now. Back on the sketch layer. Okay. I won't worry too much about his garb right now, but he basically has some of this going on. Got one of the loincloths. Let's see here. I do want to make it so that, you know, we kind of show as much of his body as we can. So, you know, one thing I might do as well too is just take the sketch layer. Just kind of shrink this down a little bit. All right. It's fine here.
One sec, I need to get a glass of water. Sorry about that. Harry came out nicely, and when you look up Meat Canyon, go ahead and YouTube it instead of Googling. All right. Gotta recover here, dude. My God, sorry about the coughs. Okay, back to it. So, I want this to be a little bit more dynamic because he's coming out pretty flat right now. So, let's see here. But I don't want to. Thing is, I don't want to like just get so caught up. My God. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleaning up on this one. But this is what this sketch layer is all about. Just getting lines down. Getting proportions right. He's pretty tall, so just more of this here. His hips can. You don't really want to erase too much at this point. You definitely want to erase what you know you're not going to be using, so you don't get kind of caught up. It's gonna kind of be the end of his little. Looking a little funky right now. Okay. So I mean, we need to make him bigger. This dude's just massive. Long goatee as well. I mean, this dude's pretty intricate, so this is gonna be a challenge. But that's why we decided to show. That's why we decided to do it. There are easier lords for sure. Okay. I mean, this dude's even. He's just like thicker than this too. Okay, so now what we can do. Like this dude is just all body, bro. Look at this guy. Okay. So, I mean, honestly, we might even drop his head down a little bit, to be honest. Because his head, like, it doesn't come straight up. It's actually a little bit more hunched over. So, we'll get into the sketch layer. And I'm definitely not like a Photoshop pro or anything like that. I'm just kind of mess around, but I think one thing we'll do. So, there may be better ways to do this. There you go. Even just something like that makes it a little bit more Skarbrandy. You'll probably hear that a lot from me while we're doing this. This is kind of where his neck's at here now. So he's got this big old trap. Okay. Okay. So now that this basic outline's done, um, somewhat done, what we can do is, let's see, so his axes come. Okay, so they go up. We're kind of looking at this one right now. It goes. Let's actually see here. Trying to get the perspective right on this. He's just a little bit bigger almost. I think he's got a tail too. I think he's got a tail. Alright, but we can kind of start jotting out his wings now too. And these things, I mean, dude, even his wings got muscles. This guy's a diesel. I'm probably going to need to find another picture of how his wings look. But right now, we're just going to get some general lines. God, these things look sick. It's already like running into my guy. Just keep moving this thing around. And at this point, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate where these things are at. Okay, it does look like it has a single one here. This kind of comes down, and then this is where it fans out. Something like that. Again, just trying to get these lines down. Always come back and kind of refine it afterward. But this is going to kind of give us the general. This one, since we kind of want it to look like he's turning a little bit. I don't want it to be so flat this time. He already looks super cool. Thanks, Leland. Yeah, I'm still, you know, I think with this, it's kind of even come down. I'm gonna have this guy have like a little shield on or something. So right now I'm like visualizing it, and I'm just trying to put what's in my head down. You know, as his foot's gonna be draped like this. But again, this is all just getting these lines down to start. The one thing we'll want to do is we'll probably put his other axe, like, we'll have some sort of ground somewhere. We'll kind of have his other axe just like, you know, kind of just in the ground. Like he's thrown it down, and then as he does, you know. So, maybe something like that. This will be kind of our perspective line here. Okay. And so this. Fortunately, this isn't going to be able to show too much, like, because if you're looking at it, well, let's see. I think I could probably turn this hand out a little bit more, actually. So maybe this hand turns like this a little bit more. Then when he's holding it, it comes out a little bit more like this. And then we can just kind of put the axe like this. You know, it might look a little bit better. Yeah, something like that. Okay. From here, again, just erasing the lines we know we're not going to use. But really, this is just what this sketch layer is all about. Just kind of getting your lines right. Okay. Okay. So here too, what we can do, I kind of want to get on this face a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this back. See, so I messed up a little bit. I was on the wrong layer. You could see his wings actually hovering here. So, oopsies. But alright, let's do this. So we'll get... We're actually gonna do this. Just paste this into its own layer. And then we'll bring this over here a little bit more. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll kind of just zoom in. Alright. So, I'll probably want to get another piece of like reference art to kind of get a little bit better on his face, but at least I can kind of tell a little bit what's up with him. So, let's see here. This is actually really horrible for this. Just kind of got these beady eyes. And he's got... Let's see here. Kind of his mouth comes up a little bit higher. Kind of to a point. Okay, and then here at least what we can do is we'll just start kind of filling in his goatee. Yeah, he's definitely got some jaw muscles right here too. Okay.
he's mad always, so he's just got the scowl, you know? All sorts of mad over here. And then let's see here. So doesn't look like his mohawk actually comes down too much. It kind of starts up here a little bit more. From here, it's almost like it builds on itself, right? Like these are like different layers, so it kind of comes up even more like so, like this or something. And since we're on this layer now, we can kind of go in and just erase the stuff we know we're not going to use. Here. Kind of get some of his teeth. His tongue's actually going to look really cool when we get into the coloring. This little purple's going to pop. But kind of all I can really do for him right now. I'm guessing he has some nostrils like this. I can't really see too much. But the next session, I'll get some better concept art for us. You can kind of just start seeing the structure. So this one actually looks like, so let's see here, that's his right hand side, so it would be this one. This one actually is broken. So let's make that broken here. It's broken, but it's got this little like it's like this piece still in it. Then here, this one actually kind of curves. So let's see. Oh, so it's broken on both sides. So this actually comes out. Let's see here. Kind of just come. See, they're not really too like curvy, right? A little more like straight up. I don't want like straight up like that. This one's broken though. And this one would be broken, yeah, like this. Okay. So what we'll just do here is get a little put some sort of line on it. Something like that. Again, we'll keep reminding myself, more importantly, that these are just lines that we'll mess with later. Alright, now this, on the other hand, is kind of cool. Because he's not symmetrical. He's actually got... This one kind of comes up. It actually kind of curls around. It's like completed, which is kind of neat. So I think that'll actually look pretty dope, since it's all good. Okay. Okay. And then from here, go back to doing his little... This actually gets pretty high.
Okay. This here was kind of cool. I was excited to draw this one. So this, it does kind of come up a little bit more. And with this, what we'll do, just because I know I'm just gonna be redoing these lines, let's go ahead and erase that. So this now, so they actually they do come out a little bit more. This one actually looks like it kind of comes up a little bit, then down, then it kind of curves back up. It's kind of neat. So let's see if we can kind of make that happen. Let's see here. Might take a little bit more. This might take a little bit more finessing, but we won't stay on one place too long. That's not what this layer is about. Okay, now we can kind of hide this, and if we zoom out, see what we got so far. So you can kind of now see, even when you zoom out, you can see kind of a little bit more how awkward this is. So this would actually come out a little bit more like this. Probably something similar to this one. We'll have to, we'll finagle this. Okay. So here, I think what we'll do to keep going, so we can kind of start putting on some of his armor. So we'll pull this one back up. Let's see what we're working with here. Alright, so he does have armor. And looks like he has, let's just kind of reference this one. I think he's got it on both sides, these skulls. Maybe not. Thanks, Leland. His face looks great. It'll get there. So let's see, I don't actually think... So it is just one, so it's going to be his left shoulder. What I like about him is he's not symmetrical on all sides. It's really cool. Makes it really interesting to draw. Like he doesn't, you know, his armor's like all... It's not the same on both sides. Okay, so his left shoulder, if we're looking at him, would be this shoulder. So here, I can kind of see that there's going to be this piece, which is going to be this thing, and this is going to be kind of a round circle here. This then branches out into these little prongs that are then attached to a big old skull for the skull throne. So here, kind of just start getting into this. Okay. Let's see here. And he's got some. So here what we're going to do is we're going to turn the opacity up a little bit higher. And then we're going to get more kind of just harder lines on this. So, what we got is this little tear shape here. Then it's got kind of like prongs coming out. Still rough lines, you know, we're not going to go hard on it. But we are going to try to capture a little bit more of the definition to kind of just stand out. So this then comes out like this. Comes around. And right now we're doing this line here. Then drops around the nostril. The skull is then flat here.
And this is going to be where the teeth come in. It doesn't look human. That's for sure. Okay, then let's see here. One thing we should have done is actually start with the eyes a little bit more. So let's do that. And the other eye socket would be like right here. Okay, and then we gotta have this bridge here. So then if that's where that eye socket comes in, then this actually comes around a little bit more. Loops here. It's kind of got like, this is where like the skull is. It's where the bridge of the nose comes out a little bit. Turns into this. And then yeah, it's kind of a little bit out more like this. The teeth. Okay. So here, this might make it so that, let's see here now. Probably need to maybe even move his arm a little bit more. This is where that's gonna be. But we'll move on to another side. Let's do this. So, and then he's just got these bracers. And what we can do is, he's even got a little bit more, close up like this too. Bro, this guy's got horns coming everywhere. My God, he's crazy. Okay. So let's see. As far as his armor goes, looks like he just kind of has this like chest pad. Let's see how this looks in the back though. So it is really, his back's open, so it's kind of just like going into his belt or something. It's kind of just like attached to his body. Skarbrand gonna Skarbrand. So with that, we'll kind of just make this line here. This will come up. Actually, you know what would really help if I do this? Oh, maybe this won't help. Let's see. Image. Rotate. Oh, God. I'm over it. I was going to try to flip this picture, but I'm done. Moving on. Okay, so let's see here now. So he's got his breastplate here. It does go down, then it kind of comes up where his chest would be. And then here, just like a little armor like this. And let's see, it kind of comes down like this. This is where, you know, I'm just going to draw where I'm currently at. And if I need to move things after, that's totally cool too. This is all this is for. So then kind of coming up, it's got this centerpiece here. And this is kind of where the piece connects to his belt. This looks like it's got even like some little skulls going on in here too. I'll get some good concept art for the next one. I think what I might even do is make his like, I kind of want the perspective to be a little bit different. Because right now he's still pretty flat. So I'm thinking I can make it look a little bit nicer. So dead eyes over here. I don't want to get too much into his face right now though.
here now. So this kind of comes up like this and connects here. Gonna do the same on this side. Okay, and then this is just gonna be like, looks like kind of a panel like this. And then we will worry about all these lines here after, but we'll kind of just make some placeholders here. All right. Okay, now from here, it kind of breaks out into his belt. And again, I'm kind of going over where his legs were anyway, but it's all good because we're just making sure that this is coming out nice. Okay, so this kind of it's like a three-piece. So this will have a part like this. And let's just make his belt first. So this is kind of where his waist comes, and it does go down a little bit. So you can already see he's like a lot less almost stubby than he was before. Okay, and then let's see from here. This is where this is. So this is actually going to be quite a bit down. It'll be like a line like this. And then what it has is like 1, 2, 3. Okay, this can kind of come back up. Like so. This thing now turns into his belt. And then this is going to be kind of a little design like this, where it goes like that and it breaks in the center. And even how this little crease right here is going to be pretty big for really defining his like this belly area. So with that, let's do this. So here we know that this is going to be his hip. So what I might do, she might get into this. This is kind of neat too, because you know you can kind of turn it, see where he's at a little bit more. But you know, we'll figure this out a little bit later. You know, you can make it wider. I mean, he's got a pretty broad stance too, so I might need to come out a little bit wider on this. What you can do is just zoom out as well. This might even be like what you can do is just turn it too. So let's see here. I actually want to do this. I will delete this actually. Got about 6 minutes left on this too, so let's get back into the sketch layer. Alright, so looking at this now, I'm just gonna kind of draw out where his armor is. Here. It's got a little piece here. Okay, then we can just do kind of just draw it as if his leg's not there, and then we can just put his leg in after. This actually goes out pretty far. This line here and these are all pretty even, and this actually looks like it kind of comes down like that, wraps around, and then this is where that strap for his leg comes. So if I'm looking at this, you know, I'm kind of already seeing that perspective a little bit more. So his leg's gonna come down like this. It might actually look a little bit something like we see in this photo, which is nice. Okay, so we can kind of do his little knee.
he's up here probably. This will take a little bit more finessing, but again, like he's also, it's not gonna be like a human because he's got his legs kind of bow in, and then he's got. I mean, this is kind of where his armor starts here for his boots. So real rough, real rough. Come out a little bit more. So something like that. We'll definitely have to change this up a little bit more. And then actually with this one, what we can do is go ahead and erase this line here. And this leg, it's gonna be back a little bit, so this is actually not too bad. No. This is kind of gonna be like this. Gonna come on to a point a little bit more. Okay, we can just kind of move onto his axe a little bit. So here, let's see. So I think he does have bracers on both arms, but may not be too sure. So let's just kind of draw this one out here. Okay. What I might actually do is take this arm, still have this shoulder, but I might actually take this arm in a little bit, kind of make it so it comes out behind him a little bit more, like this. And what we'll do is we'll take this part here. Oops. Take this part here. We'll kind of just move this in a little bit more. Kind of want to, like, you know, put some perspective to him so he's not just like all kind of like sprawled out. So something like that. See how he's kind of like stepping forward to us a little bit more? It looks like it's kind of like got some depth to it. So I'm kind of like, and then I mean, even, you know, we can make this smaller too. Let's see. Maybe something like that for now. Actually, stuff. I don't want to get too much into the. Oops. I'm gonna waste too much time on the perspective side of things. Oops. Oh. Something like that. So I'm thinking what I can actually do is maybe do something like this. So shoulder, elbow would be here. Maybe this comes up. This. I don't know, just rock with me here for a second. Probably not as like that would be over here a little bit more. Not sure how I feel about that. Let me do something like that. I'm gonna just start getting real sketchy here. Real sketch-tastic. As we kind of wrap this up, and we actually did just reach our hour. So I think what we'll do is we will just kind of darken these lines just a little bit more. Okay, we can hide this concept. This, probably wanted to bring this up, just kind of get a good look at it. And I mean, I feel like we might almost want to just bring this in, like honestly, like this. Like this would be his hand. Bring this down like so. And the guy would be here. The guy's body would be here. His head would actually be like something like this. He'd be getting crunched right here. And he'd have his sword probably out like this. Maybe have his shield or something. Like this with his arms like this on it. His hand here. Maybe something like that. But I think this is a good place to end. We just want to really do like an hour or so at a time on these. Maybe when we get into the coloring or a little bit more of those harder lines, we'll do a little bit more time. But as for now, I think this is a good place to kind of call it for now. And then he has like this actually comes down to a little bit more of a kind of like a thing like this going on. All right, we gonna call it. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think there's definitely some work to be done. But if it ain't easy, or if it was easy, it wouldn't be fun. So, cool. This is where we'll call it Skarbrand. So we kind of got the perspective a little bit more. You know, he's not so like fanned out. It kind of looks like he's stepping toward us a little bit more. His axe kind of in his backhand here. I actually might make this a little bit smaller. Bruh. Now it's just like triggering me. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Thanks, Leland. Make it too small though. There he is. Something like that. But like I said, we will probably do this once a week as we work through this. But this will be a good place to stop for now. Um, Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Enjoy Grandma's house, Leland. Thanks for watching, y'all.